This episode is brought to you by Brooks Burgers and JVR Air Conditioning.
And yeah, welcome to Lobby Rats Podcast.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being on. And if you could say your name to the camera for us.
My name is Jorge Vaca Rivera. I'm
Mm.
Fabio's dad, Nicolas' dad.
Of
Thank you for the invitation.
course, man. So, how did you start as a kid in ideas of entrepreneurship that led you all the way to start this air conditioning company?
Well, I didn't when I was your age. I didn't think to be like a technician or air conditioning guy or air conditioning technician. But I always has my dream to be a businessman.
Yeah.
So when I arrived to this country, when I came to this country, so that's I work in different things. So this is the one air conditioning. So I start from the bottom, and this is what I got. So this is what I learned. So I start doing air conditioning from the really bottom, from new construction, doing underground. So I start growing in the trade. So I'm gonna start catching everything about it. So I say, this is what I learned. I try to do different things other than air conditioning.
Yeah.
For example, while I was doing air conditioning, I was shipping vehicles from here to my country.
Mm.
I ship a lot of vehicles.
Yeah.
I'm start selling stuff from here to my country, not only vehicles, clothes, lotions, perfume. I try different things, but I noticed is that air conditioning it was the best thing because I was making more money doing air conditioning than even selling cars. Not selling cars. It was selling cars, but it was shipping cars
Hmm.
from here to my country. So I did a lot of things.
Yeah.
I did a lot of things, but I noticed is that air conditioning is my thing. Not really air conditioning was my dream, but my dream was make a businessman. So
Right.
I said, this is what I do. This is the best I can do. So let's make a business about it. So then I starting to get the license, the contractor license.
Yeah.
So so I start everything from there. So it was hard. I'm
Mm.
not a study guy. I'm not a guy that you give me a book, I'm gonna read it. I don't like to read, but I like to learn, which is different.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Exactly.
I
Were you,
like to learn about it, what I'm gonna get to, what I
Mm.
want to become. So I'm start learning and reading about that thing, what I really want, business, about the train, uh, the financial things about it. So that's how I start everything.
Mm.
It was hard.
what country are you from?
Bolivia.
Bolivia. So, how was it growing up in Bolivia?
I have good memories there
Oh, really?
because well, I live in Bolivia since I born there since my until my 20 years old.
20
So
years
the
old.
memories that I have in Bolivia and Santa Cruz is
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, all the memories that I have is I really enjoyed it.
Uh huh. And when you moved here, was it very difficult for you to be accustomed, or did you quickly get on the language and all the different?
No, it was hard. It was hard. When I moved in, I never thought I'm gonna live here for. I'm living here for 22 years old now. So when I moved in here, I said I'm gonna go to the United States only 6 months.
Oh,
I'm gonna learn the language, and everything start like that.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I start making money. So okay, I'm making really good money here. So I'm gonna stay 6 more months.
Yeah. It
Then
just keeps going.
then 1 more year, 2 more years. Now I'm 20 years. I have a company. I have a family here.
Yeah.
But it was hard.
Mhm.
It was hard. But when it's hard, it gives you the value. If it's easier, it doesn't give you the value.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, on everything you get, you want to become. If it's hard, it gives you the value. If you got it easy, it doesn't give you the value.
Yeah.
Did you grow everything on your own, or did you have any mentors or anything?
No,
Well,
everything's my own. I mean, we got the company and everything's my own. I mean, my family. I didn't bought everything, or I didn't. Nobody give it to me free.
yeah.
And I think in our position, which we don't, I didn't born here, so it's a little harder because to have the business, to get the license, it's punch books. If I put it on I took a picture. It's like this amount of books I had to read
Oh.
in English, which is not my first language. Which is not my first language, the English. You know, I have the option to have the tests
Yeah.
in Spanish. But I say no, because the business I have to run it in
Yeah,
English.
you have to do it in English.
I had to do
Right,
English, so
yeah.
let's do it in English. So that was a little harder.
Hmm. And did you start any? Did you have any businesses before the air conditioning business, or since you got here, it's been only
No,
working up to this?
like I'm saying, I'm trying to different things.
Yeah.
When I came this country, I work in the hotel, I work at supermarket, I work in the electrician company, then I work in air conditioning company, and like I'm saying, the air conditioning, that's what I catch up, I match
Yeah.
that trait,
Yeah.
you know. So like I'm saying, I say okay, this is what I match, so let's make business about it.
Uh-huh.
You know, so this is what I get it, this is what I understood. So I was doing good things, fixing air conditioning fast and very good. So okay, let's make business about it.
Yeah.
that's
So
why-
so you can say that the air conditioning business chose you.
yeah, exactly. I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you recommend like the AC business or like anything like it, like electrician or plumbing,
If I recommend what?
like doing plumbing or electricity, being a technician,
If I recommend I mean,
doing the trade, like starting a company about it?
yeah, I mean, depends what you like. You can try everything. You can try everything. I mean, if you like plumbing, I mean, like I'm saying, I work when I started air conditioning. The company that I worked with, one of the first company, it was they were doing electrician, air conditioning, and plumbing. And when I applied in that company, I applied for electrician helper. I was your age, maybe. I was 20, 21 years old. No, you're younger than that.
Yeah.
5 years.
Maybe his age. So I start in electrician helper. I helped a couple times, and then the electrician season goes down, and one of the air conditioning helpers missed couple days. So the boss asked me, "Hey, we need an electrician. We need an air conditioning helper. You wanna help them? Because it's the same company." I said, "For sure."
Yeah.
So they sent me there.
Yeah.
My boss or the leader of that crew
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh, this guy is really good. I need it. So
Yeah.
send it with me every day."
Mhm.
So
And how long did it take you to move up in that business, approximately?
well, to open the business, it took me about, I would say, 3 years,
Wow.
because
Eh.
it took me 2 years
Mhm.
to have the license.
Yeah.
Because to have the license, you have like in that time, I don't know if they changed. You have only 4 tests per year.
Mhm.
So that's why you have to pick the date. They give you the date. We have four dates in the year. You
Yeah.
have to make 2 tests. So that's why it took me about 2 or 3 years to
Mhm.
have the license to be 100% legal with the company.
And what are the tests like for like some of the viewers that may want to do that?
You have
what
to do-
tips you recommend? Yeah.
The test, what it's about,
Yes.
you have 2 tests. One is about the trade, about air conditioning, everything about the trade, what you do, how to fix air conditioning, the codes. When I was doing the test, I said, okay, that's fine. It's about air conditioning. And the other test, I was not too familiar with because it was about financial
Oh.
administration and everything about numbers, taxes. And I was saying to myself, why I had to study this? The only thing I want to do is to fix air conditioning. But at the end, I understood. I said, okay, if
Yeah.
it's gonna make a business, it's about numbers too. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna have employees. You have to put it on the payroll, the taxes, the deductions. They pay you with money, so you have to be in the accounting. So I understood at the end.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I said, I just want to fix air conditioning. That's it. Yeah, but they're gonna give you money, so you have to put in the account,
Yeah.
balances, and have everything about the business. So it was good.
Yeah. So, how hard is it owning an air conditioning business in Naples, Florida, other than any other place around?
It is a air conditioning here, especially in Florida. It's a need.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Because, for example, right now we are sitting in a place under air conditioning. Can you be here without AC?
No.
No, right? So that's what I have. When customer calls, I say, I don't have AC. It's not like I have a company of painting, of tiling, or carpeting. When they call you, I say, I don't have AC. You cannot say, okay, I'm going to go. We are on May. Okay, I will start on June. So now it has to be right away. It's
Yeah.
a need. It's not like a paint. Okay, we can paint your house in the next following week.
Right.
Or we can change your carpeting at the beginning of June.
Yeah.
You know, air conditioning is a need. So that's the hard part. When they call you and you have your schedule or book,
Yeah.
and if it's a customer, you have to make it fit. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
And it's stressful. Because I have a little baby just born, and we don't have air conditioning. Or I have an old lady.
Oh yeah.
The air conditioner is not working. So you have to, I have my schedule already booked. You have to make it fit.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Definitely.
That's the hard part.
And when did you when you first started the business? Did you already begin partitioning things to other things to employees, or was it you mostly doing it all yourself? With
That's the hard part too, because when it was funny, I'm gonna give you what happens at the beginning.
Mhm.
I opened the business, everything was illegal. I own my own work van, which
Mhm.
I was driving it. I was my own dispatcher. I was my own secretary. I was my own sales guy, and I was my own installer. It was funny. I'm gonna give you an experience. What happens? I have a customer. They call. I answer. I say, "Hey, JV air conditioner. How can I help you?" I have air conditioner broke down. Okay, I check it out. I gotta send the technician over, which is by myself.
Yeah.
I shows up. I say, "Hey, I'm George. I'm gonna fix your air conditioner." Da, da, da. I fix it. He asked me, "Can you give me a quote to replace the AC?" And I say, "Okay, of course. I'm gonna pass the information to the office." And from the office, they're gonna send you a quote. I was driving to my house. In that time, I didn't have an office. Driving to my house, prepare a quote in the internet, and I send it like it was a secretary or something.
Yeah.
And I called. I said, "Did you receive the quote that secretary sent it to you?"
It was all yourself.
It was on myself.
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, okay, I agree with that. Go ahead and do it." And I was myself doing the installation. So it was hard because I didn't have enough work to hire somebody to give it the full-time job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, for example, you have a full-time, if you are an installer or you are a technician working for somebody else.
Yeah.
I was not able to say, "Oh, you can't work with me. We have plenty of work," because I didn't have plenty of work. I was starting. You know, so I'm not gonna tell you quit your current job, which you have your 40 hours, your full time benefits, everything, and come with me because I have little job. No, I'm just gonna give you 10 hours or 20 hours per week if you
Yeah.
already have 40 hours and benefits and vacation, everything.
Exactly.
So it was hard. So that's why I had to start and do it by myself, everything by myself. And when I could handle it, because I have plenty job,
Mm-hmm.
for myself, I said, okay, it's time to get a first employee. So I got the first employee,
Yeah.
which I, fortunately, thanks God, I give it not the hours, like a full-time job. So when we get full, the new guy, the new employee, the first employee, myself, okay, let's get another employee. You know, so when we get full, let's start another employees until we got, I'm not gonna it's hard to get. Okay, I'm gonna hire 5 people.
Mhm.
Why are you gonna hire people if I don't have enough hours for them?
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Uh huh.
So that was the hard part.
And then it's money you have to pay them, and and benefits and all the taxes and all
Yes.
the paperwork, you know.
You have to pay everything, everything.
And then liability as well if they get hurt, you know.
Liability, workers' comp. You have to pay for the payroll. You have to
Exactly.
pay for. It's not.
So, do you run this all from home, or have you now, for example, leased like a headquarters sort of for the company?
I'm starting in my guest room in my house. And my shop, it was my garage.
Mm.
So when I start seeing my garage a mess of a lot of air conditioning junk,
Mm.
I'm start looking for a place to rent, like a warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I found it. At the beginning, everything is scary because it's another rent,
Yeah.
another mortgage,
Right.
another. So I was say, I don't know, it's gonna be enough. If you're gonna make enough money to pay another rent, but you have to have the guts to say, okay, I'm gonna do it. So we rent.
You always have to
warehouse.
take the risk.
You have to take a risk, you know. And when I was paying the rent, the warehouse, it was good. I was not struggling. I mean, we have enough work. The money was coming in, so we can pay the rent. So, and then years and years and years paying the rent, I offered to my landlord, "Hey, I don't want to pay rent. Why? I want to buy you. I want to buy the warehouse and the office."
Yeah.
So we make a deal and we bought it.
Wow.
So now we own the place where I used to rent. And my house is nothing of junk, air conditioning junk, or there's nothing in my house. My house is just my house.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. So we have a warehouse and an office.
Okay.
So
And what are your plans of expanding for the future?
expanding for future. I'm not sure if I'm gonna expand it for future. I mean, we are really busy right now
Mm.
because the company now it's since 2000. This is 11 years. I've been running the company for 11 years, so we have plenty of work.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. If you in this kind of business and the way I am, if you expand it, you're gonna lose the control.
Yeah.
When you lose the control, you lose the quality. You know, so it's like a restaurant. If you go to a restaurant and the owner of the restaurant is the one that is cooking or is behind the chef, the food is gonna be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you hire people, okay, cook for those people, I'm gonna go into my house. The food is not gonna be good as the owners watching.
Right.
A lot of people expanded, but I care about the customer and I care about the service because when I send employees to customer house, they are represent us. They are represent the company
Yeah.
that they call. You know, so if I start hiring people and expanding,
Those
when
could
there's
be
too much
bad
people,
service.
they don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so they don't care and they just do because they have to do. And I tell my guys, when you go out there for the customer, you represented the company, you represented JVR, which is my initials.
Yeah.
Why I put my initials? Because I'm started by myself.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
so that's why I want to keep it like it is to keep the quality.
Right.
Maybe in the future, I don't know. I have 2 sons.
Uh-huh.
If my sons take care of the business, okay, we can expand it. I need more.
Right.
I'm gonna have more help, and they're gonna be the owners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the employee doesn't take the business like their own business because they say, okay, it's just a business.
Yeah.
You know,
They don't have the same vision as you.
they don't have the same vision.
And like, so when you're dealing with customers, do you get many complaints from them, or how do you actually? Better question: how do you deal with customer complaints and concerns, and maybe recommendations that they would have?
I mean, our company. We always do recommendation what we think they need. I used to work in other companies that try to sell it because they need to sell.
Yeah.
We don't push the customer to buy something that they don't really want or they really need. We always tell that's I'm that way. We always tell the truth and we recommend what they really need. If they don't need it, I don't offer it. Well, I can mention it. You have this option, but it's not really for you. I said, for example, I'm gonna give you an example. It's different when you own a house or you bought a house for rent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of levels of air conditioning equipment. Okay, there is equipment which is really expensive. It could be $3,000 or $4,000 more expensive than the basic. But I always ask the customer: is this your house where you're gonna live, or this is the house that you're gonna rent, or you pretend selling in the next year? I always ask that.
Yeah.
If they say no, that's not a house forever. Okay, I recommend. If I were you, I recommend this unit. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's much better. If you wanna rent it, you're not gonna pay your FPL bill. The rent is gonna pay it. Put this unit, which is cheaper. It's good, but it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sell it, put on this unit, which is it's not the one I recommend for you. But if you're gonna sell the house, put this unit. It's good.
Yeah.
It's like compare the vehicles. This is a Ferrari, and this is let's say another brand, Kia.
Yeah.
If it's your house, put this one right here, Ferrari. If you're gonna sell it next year, okay, put this brand.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I recommend that way all the time.
Uh-huh.
So you're really just like quality. Like you're more
I
for
like
the
quality,
customer.
yes.
You're on the side of the customer.
Exactly. And most of our customers, which I always say, I treat it like a family.
Yeah.
I treat it like a family, and I always put the position of the customer. And all the relationship with our customers is really good. If you go to the website, you're gonna read the reviews.
Yeah.
Okay, they really like because we're really honest. We feel it. We try to be in their position. If I were you, I put this. If I were you, I install this. Or you don't need this, but you need that.
Yeah.
So that's why the relationship with our customer is really good.
Yeah.
We're not just a business that we sell and we collect the money and we leave. No, we do a follow up. Everything's good.
And what would be some of the biggest jobs you ever done?
The biggest one,
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest one. I mean, I can say you mean talking about on the job of money or
So yeah, maybe financially, but also mostly
Like most
the
difficult.
installation time, most difficult one.
all the jobs in this trade. I mean, it's about the same. I can't say it's this one is what the hardest one because
Uh,
I mean there are a couple of jobs that takes days to finish up, but I don't think there is a because when I know the business, what I know what we're gonna do, I don't see nothing hard.
yeah.
Maybe it takes time, but I don't say harder. Takes time, but I don't say harder because everything we do it, I done it before.
Yeah.
Or I studied, or I read it. So we don't do invention here. I don't do invent. I mean, what we do is because we did it before. I mean, I don't think nothing.
Yeah.
Well, can you say that one of your sons here are gonna take over the business?
I hope so. I mean, when I opened the business, I always thought in my sons.
Yeah.
I say, okay, this is a family business. And when you see our advertising, it's a family business. I run the business. My wife, she's in the office. She helps us. And so I hope one day they take care of the business. I hope. I don't know. But when I opened the business, I always thought in them so they can follow the business. Try to make it easier for them, but sometimes when it's easy, it doesn't worth it, or they don't see it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are the funniest stories you have, like while doing AC, or
Funny stories.
like the funniest stories,
I don't know, funny story about the business or what.
or like things in general about like what you have been doing when you were working?
The funny story is the one I told you at the beginning when I was pretending I have a when the guys call when the customer called me and I pretend I was a big company.
Oh, yeah,
When I
yeah.
answered the phone, that was I think the funniest one. When I was pretending I'm the secretary, I'm the dispatching guy, the
Yeah.
technician, the sales guy. It's only one person,
Uh-huh.
which was me.
So, do you like Naples?
I love Naples.
Do you think it's perfect for the air conditioning business, in your opinion?
I think it is. I love Naples.
How did you come up with the pricing for all your services?
The pricing. Uh, I think I'm behind my prices because all the prices has been high the last after COVID, and I think I keep it the same prices. Good for the customer, it's not good for us,
Yeah.
but the price I compare with other companies.
Yeah.
I compare with other companies, and that's the price. For example, for just to give you an example, for the preventive maintenance, I'm start charging $80. I'm charging $80 since 10 years ago, and like a 2 3 years ago, I just increased to $5, 85. So
So how did coronavirus affect you in your business?
they give me more work,
Okay.
a lot of work. So since coronavirus, all the jobs increase
Yeah.
because stay home, right?
Yeah.
Coronavirus, stay home.
Hmm.
So you want to stay home. You want to make sure your house is cold.
Right.
So everybody was calling. Everybody was home. Everybody was doing remodeling their house because
Yeah.
everybody was home. So they increased the work a lot,
Hmm.
a lot. The bad thing, a lot of parts it wasn't bad order. That's the only bad thing.
Oh. Where do you how did you find out where to source your parts and good prices for people to for you to buy new parts for people for their air conditioning?
I mean, the suppliers here. I mean, Naples is very small. We don't have too many HVAC suppliers, but we have. I mean, we have enough. Maybe 6 or 7 suppliers, no more. I mean, if you go to Miami or Tampa, maybe you're gonna find 20, 25 suppliers,
Right.
30 maybe. But here in Naples, you only find 6 or 7. So we don't marry it to any brand, but I always recommend a Carrier, which is not the brand.
Yeah.
I make advertise for Carrier. uh, so when you go to the supplier, Carrier, I don't like be jumping to supplier. When I go there, I'm gonna buy the equipment there. I try buy the rest of the parts in the same supplier. Like when you go, I know when you go to the supermarket, if you go to the Publix to buy something, once you are there, you buy the rest what you need. But other people, no, I'm gonna buy the milk in Aldi. I'm gonna buy my meat in Publix. I'm gonna buy my cheese or ham in
Mhm.
Walmart. I don't do that way. I think that's waste of time.
Yeah.
How do you market your business?
What?
Market to your business, like advertising.
At the beginning, I was at the beginning when I opened the business. I
Right.
was making advertising in the newspaper, Naples Daily News. At the beginning, I'm talking about 11 or 12 years ago. And then I was on Google, Facebook at the beginning.
Yeah.
Then when I'm starting more job and I couldn't handle, I stopped it. I stopped at Naples Daily News because the best business for you is the word of mouth.
Right.
I have a lot of new customers because I'm installing air conditioning to the neighbor of existing customer or his cousin of, but the word of mouth, that's the best advertising.
Hmm.
If you do a good job, That's the best advertising you can have because they pass the information. They pass the information. So I stopped paying advertising for Naples Daily News. I was paying for that. I stopped paying on Google. Google is still showing up. I was paying. So when you put something on Google, you see the little sign on the top which is sponsor, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's because you're paying.
Yeah.
If you put an A, it's gonna show up, but it's not gonna say sponsor anymore. So I stopped paying for those advertisements.
Well, do you think the impact of social media has helped your business?
Yes, it helps the business. It helps the business because the social media advertising on social media it's free.
Yeah.
That's like I have a lot of applications which people say, does anybody know a reliable company for air conditioning? That's where the customers comes up. Oh, use this company, use that company. I use this company, very experienced, very good pricing. Or don't use this company because it's really bad.
Yeah.
So social media, it is good. It's good.
Yeah. And how do you utilize social media a lot for your business, even
No.
though you just use word of mouth?
I'm not too. I like old.
Oh,
I don't use too much social media. I mean, when I have my rest during the day, I don't open my. I have the only thing I have is Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I never open Instagram during the day. What I do, I work. I finish work workout. When I get home, I'm eat it. Then I open Instagram to see what's going on, what
Yeah.
happened. But that's only nighttime. But I don't open it during the day
Yeah.
because distract you. And when I do something, I like to be focused on what I'm doing. So if you are fixing an air conditioner or doing numbers or doing the accounting or the payroll, watch a picture of Instagram or something, you're gonna distract them. Maybe you're gonna mess up something with the numbers.
yeah.
It happens before. So I said, I have a lot of mistakes doing that. So I said, I have personal phone, which I have my Instagram, I have my work phone. So
Oh.
I mute this one, which is my personal.
Yeah.
I don't see it, and this is my work phone during the day.
Do you think two phones is a good
It is
for
good.
owning a business?
If you are a business, yes. If you have a business, two phones is good. Have two numbers.
Have one for social media and have one for
Exactly.
all.
For my work phone, which I have my customer contacts, employee contacts, the calendar. I have an app for the work where we can dispatch the employee over the phone.
Yeah.
And this is where I have my family, my sons, and this is only for familiars and fun stuff.
I think having two phones is a perfect focus for.
Yes,
Yeah.
because if you have everything in one phone, I have it at the beginning, one phone.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's too complicated.
Yeah.
Too
Too
much.
complicated.
Yeah.
But now, like I'm saying, it's phone. Shut it off or put it upside down, and this is what I focus during the day, what I work.
Yeah. So, what would you recommend for people trying to start a business like you have?
In any business, I would say just focus what you want to do.
Mm.
Fear is gonna happen, but the fear has to let it go through. Okay, I was feared, but I had to let it go through.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, no, I can't take that risk because I have my family behind. But the way that I think, I had to take that risk because I have my family behind. So there's two ways to think. Or you take the risk or not. I rather take the risk because then,
Yeah.
a lot of people say, I'm not gonna take that risk because I have my family. What happens if it doesn't go
You
well?
gotta take risks.
Yeah.
But I think backwards.
Mhm.
I said, I'm gonna take that risk because I have them.
Did you have any or actually what's the biggest risks you've taken besides just starting this business that
The biggest risk it was, for example, I had to do it no matter what. I had to do it no matter what. I mean, when I opened the business, I had to get it. What is my biggest risk? My biggest risk is fail. But when I failed, and I failed 2 times when I did the test, I mean,
yeah.
but I still keep going. I was failed. there are two tests, and I failed twice, so 4 times. I failed. It was complicated for me because, like I said at the beginning, for the language, the test is like a 6-hour test.
Oh wow.
Everything in English, booked in English. I'm talking about maybe my English now is a little better, but I'm talking about 12 years ago, which my English was not very well.
Mhm.
So I was struggling with the book, with the test, plus with the language. So it was harder.
Mhm.
So my biggest trick it was don't be successful, but I had to still fighting until I get it. Once
Yeah.
I focused, I said, "This is what I want." I had to get it no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
That's just crazy to know that like you had to do it in English even when you spoke Spanish. You just still
Yes, it was that was the hardest part for people like us that come from other countries with different language.
yeah.
You know, I was because I always tell when I talk with my sons. I mean, you have the benefits to learn two languages because two languages is like a two-person.
Yeah.
You know, so if I'm talking to you in English, somebody comes here to needs a help in Spanish, I can help them.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's like a two-person in one. So if you know more than two, that will match better.
Right.
Definitely.
And it's great for your business too because
It's good for the business.
yeah, you can say that you can offer services to English and Spanish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a good. It's good. So
Mhm. Do you or do you plan on what is so expanding to maybe other parts of Florida? No,
I have a chance, but for the moment,
you really
running
just
the
want to stay
business
local.
by myself, I don't think so. We are really busy this way.
Mhm.
Like I'm saying, in the future, maybe if I have help from my family,
Yeah.
we have two
Yeah.
sons, maybe they say, okay, I want to move into Tampa. I have my sister in Tampa. Okay, let's move there.
Yeah.
He can move there. Maybe he can open a company there.
Yeah.
We can open a company because our license is for the whole Florida. We can open any company in the state.
So like a family franchise kind of thing.
Exactly,
Like Walmart.
exactly, exactly. But at the time, at this moment, I don't think it that yet.
If you're okay discussing it on the camera, what were your finances like when you first started the business compared to now? As in your income that you're making, and then minus your pay and or in the
Your
employees
expenses.
and the expenses and all the things. So yeah, income versus
At the beginning or now?
expenses.
Yes, in the
beginning
beginning.
versus now. In the
Oh,
beginning.
it's a lot of different.
Yeah.
A lot
Oh,
of different.
yeah, but could you like tell us like how much you were making in the beginning compared to now?
Now, when you have a business, there is no amount that you can tell because there is a lot of deductions.
Exactly.
Hmm.
You know, there's a lot of deductions that you pay for the company. For example, the vehicles that we have, all the vehicles are paid by the company. You know, before you open a company, I didn't have a company. You have to pay by your own.
Yeah.
So the vehicles are deductible. You you making money, so you have to pay taxes, but then you buy it in the vehicles, which is deductible.
Yeah.
You know, so there's no numbers. If you see numbers, they say no. If you see the numbers, they say no. He doesn't make good money. But if you see things, for example, we have the like I'm saying, we have the office. We used to rent it. Now we own it.
Yeah.
You know, the vehicles we used to pay a monthly payment for the vehicles. Now they are paying full. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
We have like how many vehicles we have? Like a 6, 7 vehicles.
Probably. I don't even know.
We have like a 6 or 7 vehicles.
Mhm.
They're all paying full. At the beginning, no, I had to pay monthly.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Like I'm saying, there's no. You go to my account, there's not much money, but we have
Yeah.
things.
Exactly. Well, because your money's in the business, the
Yes.
assets of the
Yes.
yeah. So maybe a better question would be how much startup or how much money did you have to accumulate to start the business?
To start a business, You start little by little. I mean, you just have to start like an HVAC business. You need to have a laptop, a vehicle, a reliable vehicle.
Yeah.
Doesn't drop you in the corner. It has to be a reliable vehicle.
Yeah.
The tools are expensive, but you start getting the stuff little by little. Okay, it's not the hardest part is to get the license.
Yeah.
Because if you are getting the license, it's because you do air conditioning now.
Mhm.
You used to do air conditioning. I used to have my tools before got my air conditioning. When I got my license, I knew about the air conditioning, so I had my tools and my van and everything. Just the license was missing.
Right.
Yeah. But it's little by little, little by little. Because, like I'm saying, I grew up from the bottom,
Right.
so I'm start like a helper. So buy my tools for a helper,
Mm-hmm.
then a technician, then a sales guy, then a troubleshooting guy. So I'm start getting my tools little by little, everything little by little until I have full equipment.
So step by step, you
Step by
grow and
step.
grow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
step by step. That's the thing.
What is your biggest like regret while like having this business?
The
Like-
biggest.
Like the biggest like thing that you think, like your biggest regret, like something that you learned from as well.
I don't get it.
Huh?
I don't get it.
Like, how should I explain this?
So, maybe things you've done while you were starting the business that now you wish you wouldn't have done or done better.
Oh, I don't think. I mean, I don't regret anything. I mean, everything that we have done, I feel good about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think nothing. Yeah. I mean, I did a lot of mistake, a lot of risk, but I don't feel bad about it because I learned from it.
Exactly. And the rest took you where you are today.
Yes. I mean, I don't.
Do you have one thing that was the biggest thing you've learned from throughout your career?
The biggest thing that I learned
Yeah.
from,
Just while owning a business.
I mean, I learn every day. Every day I learn something new, and that I always recommend and send to my sons, to other people. Not because I have the company, I know everything. No, I learn every day. And if you learn one thing at least per day, at the end of the year, you're gonna say, "Oh, I learned 365 things new."
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, so I learn every day, and I try to always, like I'm saying, I'm not a study guy or like to, oh, let me have that book, I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of person, but I like to learn, which is different. I don't like to study, but I like to learn.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which for me is different. Okay, we're gonna do this. And I like the risk. In air conditioning, there's a lot of things that they comes new. For example, the technology. Now we have those thermostats, which they are smart thermostats. You can control it over your phone.
Yeah.
You know, that's new. So I learn about it. You know, how I'm gonna offer to my customer if I don't know it.
Right.
And there's a lot of type, just to give you an example, a lot of type of smart thermostat. And I bought every single one. And I install it in my shop, and I install it in my house, and I test it. And I pick one the best. This is the one that I really like, easy to use, so this is the one I'm gonna offer. But also, I knew the others. So when a customer asks me, which thermostat do you recommend? Smart thermostat, because I live here only part time. I want to control my AC from New York,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I recommend this one, and I
So
show you this one. But I said I bought this one. I don't like it, but I can install it for you.
Yeah.
I know how to use it as well.
Yeah.
So that can say I bought it, every single thermostat, smart thermostat, and I install it. So I start figuring out how they work, so I can teach them.
so you can definitely say you're learning something new every single day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to learn. You have to learn,
Yeah.
and you have to keep keep feeding yourself with good information.
Mhm.
So if you want to become something, keep reading about it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I want to learn something. I keep reading about it. Keep reading about it, and fit myself with that what I want to become. Not only in HB business. I mean everything.
Yeah.
You want to do something. Okay, read about it, get involved about it, and fit every day with that.
What do you look for when you hire new employees?
What I look,
Mm.
the responsibility. They show up on time, and the employees that I have, I feel like a family.
Mhm.
I always have and have my employees. They always we have a good treatment, good relationship.
Mm.
Because if you treat the employees well, they're gonna treat the customers well.
Right.
I remember when the employee goes to the house, they represented the company, so I had to treat them well, so they can treat the customer well. And between those circles, there's a good relationship, and that's what I look for. When I hire, when I looking for employee, just to be a good ethic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you kept all the same employees that you fired, or have you had to maybe let some of them go?
I never fire employees because hey, you fired. Now if they met something, I always talk to them.
Right.
Actually, when the employee has left the company, they have left because they leave the country or leave the city, or they want to become something else, or the air conditioning is not for them. But I don't remember a guy say I'm quitting because I don't like work here. All the guys that they're not working with us anymore, we keep a good connection. I have it in my contact. Once in a while, they send me a text. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I saw you then. How your business doing good? I mean, we still having a good communication, good relationship.
That's good.
So, what do you think the most important thing is to owning a business? Is it like relationships with people?
Important thing in business is be disciplined. Okay, discipline. It gives you everything: constancy, quality in any business. Not only business, even person.
Yeah.
Even person. I think discipline is very important. Organization. If you have all those things, I think the business has to go out well. If you don't have discipline, I'm talking about discipline. You have to show up every day like you're supposed to and do what you have to do, no matter if you like it or not.
Yeah.
You know,
Never give up.
never give up. And if that's the way you want to be, then that's the way it has to be. So don't be distracted for nothing that doesn't give you the value.
How do you, for example, how do you take care of yourself in your personal life so that you can also better improve your business aspect of your life?
Personal,
So yeah, so what do you do in your own time that for example maybe working out or doing some sort of
I working out. I
reading
mean,
and that maybe it helps you in your business.
yes, of course. I mean, working out is the business. I'm not gonna tell you it's easy. It's stressful. Having the business is stressful, and when you're working out, release the stress. For me, it works.
Right.
So I like working out. I like being in good shape, eat healthy. Those things I think fits myself and gives you like a more energy to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it. I mean, that's what I do. I mean,
Yeah.
work. That's what I do. I mean, work at my work, working out at the gym. I like be with my family, and I like traveling.
Yeah.
I have a good food, but I eat healthy.
Yeah.
That's what I.
How do you maintain that balance as well? Besides, a great way to maintain the balance is also the phones. But besides that, how do you try to maintain a balance? Do you have like a schedule or do you just come in whenever you
The-
want?
Say again.
So how do you maintain a good work-life balance? Would you recommend for new entrepreneurs, for example,
No, it's schedule, organization.
organizations?
Yeah, by schedule. That's what I do. If I we are if I show you, I mean everything it's booked. When they call, I give you the time, I give you the schedule. I mean that's why.
Oh wow. So yeah. Yep.
So
That's
it's
organization.
schedule. It's very important,
Right.
you know. So organization.
Yeah.
That's that. I think that's the key. The key word.
Actually, so is that app accessible to all your employees?
Yes.
Okay. So you not only make their schedules there, but you also assign certain jobs to
Yes.
each one of them.
So it's an app. It's a dispatching app,
Mm-hmm.
calendar. You have all the employees in there, so you can control it remotely. It makes the business run easily.
Yeah.
For example, somebody calls, I put the name. If it's existing customer, it should be there. So I put the date, what the problem is, and who's gonna be there, who's gonna show up. I put the name of the technician. So once I put the name of the technician, the time, day, in his cell phone, he's gonna boom, boom, send notifications, so he's gonna see.
Mhm.
Say, oh, okay, I had to be here Monday. Oh, I had to be here Tuesday, Wednesday, this time.
Right.
So it's a good. The app, the technology in that point,
Yeah.
like I'm saying, I'm old school,
Yeah.
but that part of the
Very
new
useful.
technology is good. It helps you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It helps you a lot because, oh, we went to this customer 3 years ago. So we go to his profile, like a Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Facebook, actually.
Yeah.
You open the customer and you can see the equipment they have. You can see the model number, serial number, the picture, where's the air conditioner, if it's on the roof, it's on the ground. You got any extension ladder to go there, or just it's on the ground. So you see all the information. So that's good about technology. At this,
Yeah.
at this
That's
point.
so much easier than
So
how
much
it was
easier.
10 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah. You used to have to
Much
keep files and stuff with every single portfolio of the customers.
Exactly. It used to be the invoice. It used to be writing down paper, a lot of punch of paper in the van.
And even
Yeah.
like, how do you manage payments then? Do you send them invoices, or
I
you
send
guys
the invoice.
now can they even pay with like cards and stuff through
They
that?
can pay over the car. They can pay over the car. They can give the check or the apps. That's the other thing they have.
Mm-hmm. You can pay through the app.
Exactly. When
Yeah.
the technician goes to your house, he can write everything he's done. All the prices are marked down already. Oh, I did this. I did this. All the prices are there. So you have the total amount. They can pay with credit card. They can give you check. And the invoice, you can just click send. I will send it over the email.
Yeah.
Now, that's the part that I like. It used to be an invoice, a sponge paper. You had to write everything. Now everything is wrote down. You just put what you did.
And now when you hire employees, do you have to train them very much, or do they already come with the knowledge of?
The
good
example,
technician?
I mean, when you hire employee, you, you have to pick. You hire. What are you looking for? You're looking for lead, installer, or you're looking for help. So if it's a lead,
Mhm.
he needs to know the trade. Maybe you can teach him the couple things, couple details, the way that you like it.
Right.
You know, but if it's a lead, of course he needs to know how to fix the air condition.
Yeah.
Okay, but if it's a helper, advertise, advertise,
Advertise.
advertise. So okay, you have to teach. So it depends what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But always you have to tell the way that you like to do. The way I always tell when I got new employees, the first thing I tell, take care of the customer. That's the one that pay us, so I can pay you.
Right.
You know, so take care of the customer.
Mhm.
That's very important for me.
And do you provide your employees with tools, and or do they have to bring
They
some of
have
their
to
own
have their own.
stuff?
I
Okay.
provide with the workbench
Uh-huh.
with the biggest tool, but they need to have their own tools. I mean, when I
Yeah.
say biggest tool, I'm talking about I don't want to talk specific because maybe you're not gonna get it, but vacuum pump or solder to weld.
Yeah.
Right.
But all the tools are personal. They have to get their own tools. But I provide it with the vehicles and the biggest ladder. I provide the ladders, shoe covers. When you go to the house and they have a white carpet or even carpet, put a shoe covers,
Yeah.
gloves,
Yeah.
goggles.
Oh, that's
I
good.
provide with those security.
And how about, do you keep a stock of some parts in your warehouse,
Yes.
or do you have? Okay, so if there's parts that you don't have, then you put in the
I,
order for that.
I stock parts which are popular,
Yeah.
or very common parts. If it's a special parts for very rare equipment,
Yeah.
we don't stock it because it's not rare. But if it's like a standard part, I stock it. Not even the supply in the workbench. Remember, the workbench is like a little supplier
Oh,
because
yeah.
we go to the houses if we have it in there, so we can fix it
Yeah.
right away. So we don't have to be back and forth.
Do you even stock complete air conditioning units, or just the parts for them?
No, we don't stock. Biggest company they do,
Yeah.
but I don't stock air conditioning equipment
Equipment.
in my shop.
Yeah.
We stock air conditioning that we already sold it. We sold it, but we not installed it yet. So I bought it and I keep it there. For example, I go to your house. I say, okay, you need air conditioning. Okay, you say, go ahead, change it. I give you the date. Okay, I'm gonna change it June 3rd.
Yeah.
You agree with that? So I bought the equipment. I can have it in my shop. If it's in my shop because it's already sold, has a destination already.
And for our viewers, could you explain the difference between a whole house air conditioning unit and the difference between just like a smaller one that you put in your window, for example?
Well, the whole house air conditioning is gonna have a better control of your humidity. When you think air conditioning, a lot of people say, okay, it's gonna cool my house. But the mission number one of the central AC for the whole house is take care of the humidity. Once the humidity is going out, your house is gonna start cooling down. To have the size of the air conditioner, it has to be with the calculation. It's not just put the biggest one in my house. No, it's according to your house. Okay, that's what we study. That's why we went to the classes. So you have to see the house. Is your house is a concrete, the wood? How big is your attic? How insulated is your attic? How many windows do you have? The square footage, the highest of the ceiling. All those things, it gives you a number of the BTUs or
Yeah.
air conditioning size. So if you have the right number, your house has to be comfortable. Comfortable is controlling the humidity and temperature. But first of all, it's the humidity. Window AC doesn't control the humidity that well.
Right.
If resolved, a lot of people has a window AC like a backup.
Yeah, yeah.
When my AC broke down, okay, I put the AC window, I can sleep.
Uh-huh.
For example, after a hurricane, it's very popular,
Yeah,
right?
because you can run those through a generator.
Yes, you can run it for a generator because some generators they're too small, they're not powerful to run the whole house
Yeah.
air conditioning.
Well, I think we have to cut it off here. We had a
Yeah.
full hour
Yeah.
segment just like
All
that.
right. Hey, it was nice speaking to
Nice
you.
meet.
Yeah, it was
Thank
nice
you.
speaking to you. A special thanks to Brooks Burgers letting us film here, of course, Naples, Florida. And you want
Yeah.
to
Shout out your business.
Yeah.
for the camera?
Oh, thank you for the interview, guys, and keep going. You're
And
doing good.
JVR.
I like it. JVR air conditioning.
Yep. All
Based
right.
out of Naples, Florida. Always. All right. Good speaking with you.
Thank you.
Cause the vibes is right.